This video is sponsored by the Offline Academy. The Offline Academy is your place to find guides for basic phones or thoughts about digital minimalism. Make sure to check it out in the link below. How's it going, everyone? Today we're taking a look at the Blu Tank Flip. I am really excited about this device because it has a lot of versatility and it's also a very solid device. Now, this device has been seen before in a different shell. The new F4L is essentially the same device, with the only difference that you can install APKs on this device and not on the new F4L. This device also has a cousin overseas called the Aspra F42 that it's available in the Australian market. But what I'm really excited about this device is the hardware and the software. So there's a couple of notable things for the hardware. Number one, it has two notification LEDs. One of them is for the battery, the other one is for messaging. It does have a camera, nothing to rave about, but it works and it will get you out of a pinch if you need a picture or two. The battery lasts 3 to 4 days, very good. It includes a headphone jack. Sadly, it is still micro USB. So it is a sad reality, but micro USB still reigns here in the basic phones realm. So micro USB for the charging port. It does charge pretty quickly. And again, the battery can last 2, 3, even 4 days. And if you push it, probably 5 days if you're not using it a lot and you uninstall a lot of the stuff that it brings. Besides that, it is a flip form device, and also it has a front-facing camera, and the buttons are very nice. They're very clicky, they're very responsive. I haven't had any issues with it. I really like the device, but it does have a couple of shortcomings, of course. It's not a perfect device, but you can make it your perfect device because the software is very versatile. So let me explain what that means. Number one, the device brings only the basics and 2 extra apps, WhatsApp and Facebook. You can uninstall anything with ADB. If you do not know what ADB means, it's Android Debug Bridge. Essentially means that with your computer, you can control a lot of the things that are inside your phone. And if you don't know how to work it, if you're not tech savvy, there is an app in the description below called ADB App Control. You connect this device after you have done a couple of modifications to your computer, and then you can uninstall, you can install apps and modify as much as you want. That's why I say it's very versatile. In order to do that, you need 2 codes. I'll put them here for your reference. First one is *777#, and then the other one is *666#. And once you install those 2 codes, you're able to enable developer options, which is what enables you to use ADB App Control, or ADB just in general. And then *6 says are the APK installation. So this device, you cannot install APKs, but you can once you allow the code and once you enter, yes, I want to allow APK installation. So you can install different things like Spotify. You can install a virtual mouse in order to make all the apps work, because this doesn't have a touchscreen, so you will not be able to use it because this device is running Android 8.1. So there will be a guide on my newly developed Offline Academy. So I have a new academy where you can find all the tips and tricks and in-depth guides for every device that I have reviewed. It's not exhaustive yet, but it will be. So I will get there essentially having different collections and different devices, and you'll be able to search around, hey, I want to learn more about the iPhone 2. I want to learn more about the Blu Tank Flip and all the tricks and tips. This is a collaborative approach, so if you're interested in participating, make sure to let me know. But let's get back to the Blu Tank Flip with compatibility. Because this device is sold unlocked and it only costs $89, I'm really excited to say that it works with T-Mobile across the board. All MVNOs and the regular carrier, it works. With AT&T, I've been able to make it work with H2O wireless. So that's about it. No extra compatibility, no main carrier, no Cricket, just H2O wireless so far. But besides that, this device is unlocked. So if you live outside of the United States, you can buy it from Amazon and they will ship it to you. Of course, probably it'll be maybe import charges. So maybe if you have a friend here in the United States that can send it to you, that will be probably a better approach. But you can get this device, and if the bands are compatible, which you can check on Amazon and you can also check on their website, then you will have a device that is as versatile as other devices. And it does have a barrier. So right now I've been using the Cat S22 Flip. It does have a touchscreen and it makes a lot of things easier. But if you want a barrier and you're like, I still want the app, but I don't want it to be as easy to use, then you have the ability to do that. Now, if you want to modify it and completely get rid of all the apps and only have text messages and phone calls, then you can do that as well. So that's why I like the software of this device is very versatile. Now, with the basics of this device, just the call quality and messages, it's very good. It's solid. I will say a 4 out of 5. Maybe on a bad day, it's a 3.5, 3.75, but I never had any issues. Coverage was good. I had all the bands necessary. People, said that I sounded pretty fine. And my text messages as well, you can customize it with T9. You can also use, different methods in order to text, triple click. So you have the ability. Now, there is one thing that I want to mention, that the controls, make sure to read the manual because it's a little bit different than your usual device. Usually it's the pound key that changes the keyboard, and this time around it is the star key. So it's a little bit of a difference. The pound key is now the delete key. So you are able to delete, whatever you're typing. But there is no voice to text natively. But of course, if you want to hack it into it, you can do it if that's what you're into. But I like that this device is very versatile and the hardware is decent. I would have loved for instead of micro USB to have USB-C, but you can have it all. And it's kind of a little bit of a bummer. But a good recommendation, Blu Tank Flip. I really like the device. Camera, again, it's not the most amazing, but it does get the job done if what you need is just a quick snap and send it via MMS. All group text messages, everything works really well. So for the basics, it works exceptionally well. And if you want to extend it and have WhatsApp, have video chat apps, Zoom, of course it may overheat if you use it for too long, but it does work. So in my personal opinion, it's a very good device. It's a good option if what you're looking is to minimize and to use it less. And as always, if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below about this device or any of the other devices. And as well, make sure to check out the Offline Academy, where I will be sharing literally everything that you need to know about most of the devices that I have reviewed. Some of them I may need help because I don't have them anymore, so I'm not able to test. But the Offline Academy is going to have free courses on all of these devices so you can learn how to maximize your experience and how to minimize it if that's what you want it to do as well. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll see you on the next video, which will be the best dumb phones of 2022 so far. And then, of course, at the end of the year, we'll get to the Dumbphone Awards. But I'm really excited about the rest of the year and the rest of the devices that are coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. See you in the next one.